let them fight. That is more or less my main position I have on this drama. Hasan and Shoe0nHead, two people that I don't particularly care for very much, are at each other's throats. They are weaponizing their audiences against each other big time, and it's kind of like two of the largest figures within their respective sides of politics, Shoe representing the right on this, and Hasan representing the left, or the far left, tankies and whatnot. Their battle is quite legendary. Honestly, it's surprising to me that Shoe0nHead doesn't get along better with Hasan, considering that back when Shoe pretended to be a leftist, her politics were basically one-to-one Hasan's politics. Barring just like a few cringe dramas Hasan has had that would make anybody, regardless of their politics, who's sane not like him, like, politically speaking, even his most brain-dead takes, Shoe should more or less agree with. Like, even, she's gotten more conservative, so that's why, but Shoe0nHead of, like, 2019, 2020 would have loved Hasan of today, I feel like. So it's weird that they're beefing with each other. But I guess this has been an ongoing back and forth, and I haven't paid attention to it much. But now, we're going to take a look at Shoe0nHead's response to Hasan's response to Shoe0nHead. Yeah, we're jumping in a little late here, but I want to see what's going on. Apparently this all happened because that Pragmata game, the Capcom game, about the space guy who finds an android girl and, like, protects her and raises her, and, like, they go on adventures together on the moon. The game itself seems, if not, it doesn't seem like it's a groundbreakingly good game to me, to be honest, but it seems like people like it for plenty of innocent reasons, but there are a lot of people who are being as creepy as you could imagine about the main character, not the main character, but the little girl character, right? They're being as creepy as you could possibly imagine. The things they posted, jokes they make, jokes, pretty awful. And to be fair, this is one of the few cases where Hasan, I think, was kind of in the right. The thing about Hasan is he can't really seem to even make a good point in a good way. Like, he kind of words it in the most unappealing way imaginable. It's astonishing. It's like a talent, honestly. But he basically said that gamers who are fetishizing the idea of having a child should be seeking out making a family instead of fantasizing about games that are about having a family. Like, if having a family is really their objective, why aren't they going out and trying to start a family instead of harping about games that glorify it, you know? Like, clearly that's not their objective at the end of the day. They just want a virtue signal. That's what Hasan meant, okay? That is what Hasan meant. What he said was far less well put together. Like, what he said basically got him clipped, and you're no doubt going to see that clip in this video. It caused a whole discourse. He basically said why do gamers care about starting a family when they'll never be able to start one? Was essentially how he worded it, which I don't think that's what he meant. I just think he's a bad rhetorician. Anyway, though, Shoe0nHead is responding to Hasan, responding to Shoe0nHead. We're react-ceptioning right now real hard, so let's stop putting it off and get right into it, shall we?
The other day, I made a video about the Pragmata video game drama, and covered some insane opinions people were having about it. How the game activated some fatherly instinct in some men, and how people were calling those men creepy incels for having the basic human desire to start a family. A small part of that video was covered.
Okay, I will say, I haven't watched Shoe0nHead's original video, so I don't know if she touched on it in the slightest, but this is a woman who I originally got into drama with her because she was claiming that, what's it called? Balenciaga? Oh, wow, this is a nice little build. That Balenciaga, the clothing company, was doing secret pedophile messaging in their, photo shoots and stuff. Their public, massively pushed photo shoots. She was trying to claim that there was a secret pedophile conspiracy right in front of us. And as far as I know, the Epstein files did not confirm that to be real. So that is still just some shit that went viral on Twitter for no reason. But nonetheless, I criticized Shoe0nHead for claiming this so brazenly, without, like, really doing her due diligence with the platform that she has. And her response was to get super duper offended, and we basically just had a falling out, and we never you know, have been on good terms ever since that. It's crazy to me that that's what caused our falling out, and yet meanwhile, Shu is, at least from what I can tell, kind of ignoring the blatant existence of the weirdos who were making Pragmata out to be this, like, lolly sort of cultural symbol, for lack of a better term. Like, it was almost like, honestly, a good way of saying it is, it was like the moon landing for lolicons. That's kind of how they saw it. The fact that she ignores this fact is weird, considering how quick she's been to pedo jacket anything that even somewhat weirds her out in the past. Let's not act like all the people who were praising this game were just enjoying the, what is it, lone wolf and cub dynamic? Is that what it's called?
Far-left Twitch streamer Hasan Piker's awful opinion about it. I will play that segment in its entirety so you have some context.
What's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not something that you're gonna experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right? This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh.
It's actually insane how much Hasan set her up to, like, take the W on that point and to do the whole, like, yes, young men, look at this. This is the biggest figure on the left. See how he doesn't care about you? How he regards you as lonely losers that are hopeless and have no chance? Well, I care about you. I'm not dismissing you. I care about your problems. I'm a woman, and even I recognize how hard men have it. Yeah, like, Hasan just sets her up perfectly to go in with the propaganda angle for her young male target audience.
Well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hasan. Also, 35? No kids?
Like, what? Good point. One thing I will say is that Hasan very much is a dude bro who evaluates like the value of men along with how like desirable they are to women. Like, he's no different than any conservative or incel who thinks that like a man's value is completely determined on how attractive women find them. He's no different. He thinks that exact same way. If you actually listen to the way he insults specifically men and how he insults women, you will notice that that trend is very obvious. He considers like sexual conquest to be an evaluator of a man's worth, and he uses lack of sexual conquest experience as an insult constantly. And the reason he gets away with this, and this isn't like called out as what it is, which is incel logic, is because he's got a very significant amount of female fans, and a lot of women like to insult incels by, you know, making fun of them for not getting laid. But when you do that, you're actually validating a lot of the way they think, at least on an individual level. When you feed into that like persecution complex you have, never say like, oh, you're an unfuckable loser, you're never going to get laid. Point out what's true, which is your personality and politics have made you unlikable. You're not unfuckable, you're unfriendable. Can't expect to get fucked if you can't get friended, you know? Like, I feel like that's the angle you want to go at.
Sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept.
That was 3 minutes of a 30-minute long video. I didn't think much of it, I just uploaded it and moved on. The next day I woke up and my YouTube homepage was flooded with videos like Shoe0nHead just ended Hasan, Shoe0nHead destroys Hasan, Shoe0nHead finishes on Hasan. Wait, what? I had no idea what was going on. And to my surprise, he actually responded back, which then prompted a bunch of new videos. Hasan just had his biggest meltdown. Hasan's biggest meltdown yet. Shoe0nHead has completely mind-broken.
Okay, come on, Shoe. You know who this person is, and you know they're a pedophile, right? Like, you gotta know this Reb Says Desu guy is like a proud, open lolicon. That's the thing, like, Shoe0nHead really does not want to piss off the lolicons that she knows are in her audience because, you know, the political leanings, there's a trend. She doesn't want to piss off those people, so she'll never, like, call out that section of the internet, but dude, any other opportunity she has to virtue signal about, like, pedo shit she takes, which is why it's so weird to me that she's acting naive or playing dumb about the weirdos that were, you know, being weird about Pragmata.
In Hasan, his response to me couldn't be that bad, right? Right?
What an unbearable f***ing way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe0nHead. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl. Ooh, look at me. 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me. Why would you openly admit that you listen to Shoe0nHead? What the f*** is wrong with you?
In this video, I'm going to show my raw.
No, Hasan legitimately is, like, misogynistic, not in, like, a, like, outwardly he hates women kind of way, but he legitimately has, like, that, like, he unironically has internalized misogyny that he needs to, like, evaluate and deal with. You can see it in his language, you know, like, his go-to insults are always something like, suck my dick, or, like, that's his go-to. You ever notice that? His go-to is always to tell people to suck his dick. It's like, that's interesting, but when you look at the pattern, especially when the person he's aggrieved with is a woman, I kind of get why so many people think that Hasan is a misogynist, because he really gets especially heated when it's a woman that disagrees with him, and he gets especially gendered with his insults, you know? Like his insults are very gendered. I don't know if you guys have picked up on that. It's not a good look for him.
Reaction to his response, and throughout that will be sprinkled in like normal commentary. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, I was really debating whether or not to do a response to his response, but like, everyone else is covering this crash out, so why wouldn't I, the subject of said crash out, cover it myself? Like, there's currently a resolution in Congress to, like, disavow Hasan Piker, the same thing that they did to Nick Fuentes, disavowing private citizens for what they said on the internet. What are we doing here? Does our government really have nothing better to do? Like, there is so much going on in the country right now, so much going on in the world right now. I feel like decades worth of news happens, like, every week. Every day there is a breaking story of the most insane stuff you've ever heard in your life. Everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion immediately. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, you're probably not seeing the full picture. And
guarantee we're about to get a Ground News ad.
that's why, for 5 years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's
Brother, my spidey senses kicked in. What I just felt is probably the same feeling that Peter Parker gets when his spider senses activate. That's literally what it feels like when he, like, dodges a bullet or something, or a car gets thrown at him and he dodges it like 3 seconds before it even gets thrown. Called it so hard. I knew what she was about to do.
quickly give them a shout out before we dive into today's reaction and video, shall we?
I need a cave.
When you browse the news, you will probably arrive at completely different conclusions.
What the fuck? Why did she skinwalk into a completely different person? The fuck?
Right? And now, without further ado, let's get back to this video. So I thought it would be fun if someone joined me responding to this, because it is so ridiculous. I needed somebody to, like, bounce off with, because I felt like, I needed some, like, emotional morals.
Yeah, so she collabed with Smug Alana, who, correct me if I'm wrong, is Smug Alana like a Nazi type? Or is she just kind of like a sort of like chuddy, kind of like right-wing culture war on par with Shoe0nHead type. Because I feel like Smug Alana is like JQ posted and stuff. I don't know my VTubers all that well, guys. Y'all are gonna have to fill me in on info like that. Smug Alana is Chuddy? Like, is she Nazi Chuddy, or is she just, like, Chuddy? There's a difference between a Nazi and a Chud, you know? Like, all Nazis are Chuds, but not all Chuds are Nazis, right? Like, we gotta make sure that that dichotomy is understood. Yeah, I don't just want to call every conservative a Nazi. There is a valuable distinction to be made, such that you can emphasize the severity of one's politics when they're, you know, a genuine fucking Nazi. She's reacted to Rev, if I recall correctly. No, okay, I think I know who she is. Okay, I think she's just kind of, like, dumb, to be honest. I think she's just another, like, chud, conservative, like, centrist-brained streamer who's just super susceptible to right-wing propaganda. I think I know who she is. She does, like, she basically just nonstop reacts to right-wing propaganda videos. And if, like, the left was on top right now, she probably would have fallen down, like, a left-wing politics rabbit hole. It just, she got big when right-wing chud slop was the thing to cover, so that's what she does. I think I know what her deal is. I think I remember her. Die, rat.
Support, because I feel like I'm going insane watching this. So I am joined here today with the lovely Smug Alana, the VTuber, everyone's favorite Oshi.
Hey guys, I'm a JPEG and I would bow, but I can't, so just pretend I am doing it right now.
No, nice bounce.
Well, I mean, it'll get the views in, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you were on the last Shoe0nHead video. I will literally myself if you bring that shit up in here, okay? Why? What do you want me to do? Myself in the face, not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my brain so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that Shoe0nHead and her dumb audience operates in, so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
Why is he so mad?
Still has yet to bring up anything.
Nothing. Zero points. Like, zero points addressed.
How many seconds in are we?
I basically made the same joke in my video about, like, giving myself brain damage so I could understand.
Trying to follow the logic here. Let me just give myself some brain damage.
Imagine being that chatter. Like, hey, Hasan, did you check out this video? Do you want me?
Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl, and I change my politics all the time. Ooh.
Time out. Emo?
Okay, yeah, Shoe0nHead's not an emo girl, but what she is, okay? And there is, like, weird internet stalkers have deep dived into this shit, and I have had friends that are, like, invested in the Shoe0nHead hate that have told me this, but apparently Shoe has, like, a history going back, like, 2 decades, I want to say, online. That makes sense. Of, like, doing something called skinwalking. I mentioned it earlier. Like, basically when someone skinwalks, they're you know, you probably already know what it's in reference to, you know, the skinwalker creature. Skinwalking is an internet term for when somebody essentially tries to copy the look and personality of another person, and more or less, like, take their identity from them, almost. Like, maybe not that severely, but you kind of get what I'm saying. And she originally went viral because, you know, people joke that she looks like Boxy, the old, like, internet e-girl celebrity. But Shoe0nHead literally got famous because she was cosplaying Boxy. She, like, her whole brand was, as people call it now, skinwalking Boxy. It's not really much of a secret anymore. Oh no, I might die. Oh no. It's not really much of a secret these days. Like, most people that, like, were around back then know about it, and a lot of, like, forums have managed to dig up the old lore. But yeah, and then before that, apparently, or maybe after that, or no, before that, she was like, Jersey Shore skinwalking. I don't know. She's not an emo girl, but she definitely tailors her look to, like, a popular look at any given time. And that's why all of a sudden she's got this, like, trad wife, this, like, I want to call it, like, new trad wife vibe, you could almost call it. I'm not a fashion guy, but I know enough fashion to tell when someone's changed up their style.
I wasn't even gonna bring that up. No, hold on. For me, it's the wild way that he frames having nuanced opinions, like depending on the subject. Like, God forbid you disagree with Hasan Piker, the arbiter of correct opinions of the internet.
I do not have that many videos. I have like 100 videos in the span of like a decade. You could go randomize and click on any of those videos and you wouldn't be able to tell if it was made today or 10 years ago. Which, honestly, I shouldn't be bragging about. But, okay, my point is, I haven't changed that much. And the things I have changed my mind about, I'm very open about. The way he's framing people changing their minds.
I mean, this isn't really true. I'm gonna be honest. Shoe0nHead has definitely, like, moved a lot politically. And it doesn't feel organic. That's the main reason why I was so frustrated. Is it felt like she was kind of following the crowd. And it seems like, you know, it's no secret that when Shoe was really pushing the left-wing politics openly, left-wing politics were popular. She could tell they were popular. She's not blind to where the counterculture needle is leaning. And she got on board with leftist politics when it was popular and got off board, like, right as it started to lose steam. I think a lot of people recognize that. Even Hasan recognizes that and correctly points it out. It's the prerogatives of someone like Shoe, who obviously doesn't want to look like she's just following the crowd, saying what she knows will be acceptable and popular at any given time. It's her prerogative to say, no, you know, I change my perspective when introduced to new information. If that was true, she would probably be a lot more harsh on the Trump administration with her platform, especially when you consider the state of ICE and, you know, the way that Trump is using all of our intelligence agencies to crack down on leftist politics and trans rights activists, as he called it in his new letter. You know, she's, I don't know, maybe I'm not following Shoe close enough to see it, because I don't really pay attention to her, but I don't think she really spends much of any time dunking on Trump unless it's, like, really acceptable, like it's something most conservatives are also crapping on him for. Like, not deporting enough or something.
Changing their political opinions over time as, like, a bad thing is bizarre, especially as a guy whose goal is, I assume, to change people's mind politically. He's totally for people changing their minds politically, but only when they change their mind to agree with him. He supports.
That's not even true, actually. He doesn't give a fuck about people changing their minds to agree with him, and that's the main reason why he'll never be the Joe Rogan of the left. He may be the largest left-wing figure, but he'll just be popular among people who are always left-wing. That's not being like Joe Rogan. The reason Joe Rogan was so influential wasn't that he gathered conservatives to him. He made people conservative. Hasan has no interest in making people left-leaning or progressive. Like, that's not on his agenda, and he's, like, not even, like, hiding that. Like, he's open about the fact that he doesn't think debates or convincing people or converting people over to, like, the left is a thing that we should even think about or concern ourselves with. That's not on his agenda.
Supports people changing their mind as new information presents itself. He supports iDubbbz apologizing for the crime of being funny 5 years ago. But when it comes to me changing my mind on, like, 3 things over the course of a decade, that's bad. Like, yes, I've changed on a few things, obviously. From the ages 23 to 35, yes, your opinions are gonna...
The funny thing is, Shoe0nHead kind of gets to claim this without much of any pushback, because Shoe rarely, if ever, talks about policy or actual, like, issues. A lot of her stuff is just commentary on random culture war issues, where she identifies a thing and either calls it good or bad. And rarely are these things inherently left or right-leaning, but usually it's like a culture war dichotomy where the left is against this thing and the right is in favor of it. Just so happens Shoe is almost always in favor of the thing the right is in favor of, and almost always against the thing the left is in favor of. You know, that's just the pattern. But as far as her policy, there's actually not much to criticize there. She's in favor of free healthcare and She's pro-representative democracy in most ways, from what I can tell. She's not, like, anti-gay or anything, or anti-trans. Like, her actual beliefs and positions aren't horrible, from what I understand them to be. I mean, she could be lying, but my issue is less so with that and more so with her conduct. Like, where she falls on every relevant issue when it comes up. Like, who she's throwing in with and why that pattern keeps on showing itself is just interesting to me.
Wow,
A little
no way, really?
Like, you probably don't believe the same things you believed like 10 years ago.
No, absolutely not. Well, I think in that video that you talked about, I don't know, I remember like a couple of months ago, you were like, I had a baby and then I lived in the city, and then I was like, man, maybe safety and putting money into the police isn't that bad, you guys. And maybe that was different when you were like 20 or 25.
Right, exactly. Like, when I was living in like sheltered suburbs, I was like, hey, cab, the police. And then you live, and then you're an adult with a child and you live in the city, and it's like, oh, actually, no, we need more police.
Never mind.
I just confuse terminally left-right brained people. I always have. Hyper-partisan people absolutely hate me because they can't just like put me into a neat little box and then smash that box with a hammer. Hasan usually can hand wave away critics
unique.
like, oh, they're just an
so
Israel
special.
shill, they're just a Zionist. He can't do that with me. He hand waves them away by calling them neocons or neoliberals. He can't do that with me. Alt-right incels. He can't do that with me, so what does he do? He malfunctions and starts calling me emo. Like, okay man, you got me. Emo is when eyeliner, I guess. In the hyper-partisan mind, it is completely impossible to hold several non-contradictory opinions at the same time, like wanting free healthcare but also wanting a strong border. Like, to me, those aren't contradictory whatsoever. In fact, that works together. You don't want to override your healthcare system, right? Your focus should be American citizens. Like, in their mind, like Denmark doesn't exist, right? Like, they think like, oh, if you think unions are important, you must also be for minors having HRT. Like, no. If you believe in public transportation, you also have to believe in abolishing prisons. Like, no. Sorry, no. I don't know how my ideology is confusing. I don't know how they see that as, like, flip-flopping or being a grifter. When to me, it's, like, completely normal, common sense stuff. Like, you can't have a country in decay like this. You can't. It will not be fixed.
I will say Shoe0nHead was not publicly against minors receiving HRT if doctors were prescribing it and recommending it back when I was friends with her. Like, she did not hold that position, so that's definitely one she switched up. Her becoming much more of like a bootlicker pro-cop person now is definitely a pretty big switch up. Like, to be honest, most of the, like, her most fundamental beliefs she switched up on, and I don't think it's any, like, accident that those particular issues are one where her old position has grown unpopular and her new position is more popular. And these issues haven't lost or gained popularity based on their merits. They've gained and lost popularity due to the nonstop, consistent pendulum swinging of our culture's politics that happens every 4 to 8 years. It's been happening since before either Shoe or I was born. And she just saw which way the pendulum was swinging and pivoted to move in the same direction as it, I think. That's my theory. Is he playing Minecraft? Nope. This is Hightail.
By people like Hasan telling young men not to aspire for anything and saying stupid shit like telling people it's cool to steal.
Would you steal from Whole Foods?
I'm pro stealing from big corporations.
Like, what in the fucking LARP is that? Yeah, stealing is so cool, dude. Let's just steal from big corporations so those big corporations move out of that community, and then that community turns into a crime-ridden, unsafe shithole ghost town and a food desert. Like, yeah, bro, you're really fighting the man. Listen, you can tell people that billionaires are the real enemy until you are blue in the face, and it might be true, but Jeff Bezos isn't the one stabbing them on a train, you know? You can't have a peaceful...
God. She does the reference to the Irina Zarutska, the Ukrainian girl who was murdered on the train. She was murdered by a black man, so of course they'll never ever stop talking about this, but I love Shoe0nHead has to give that little nudge to that story for all the white nationalists who are like, we'll never forget her. We'll never forget her. That pure white woman was killed by that black man, and we'll never forgive him. We'll never forget. Like, that, dude, they talk about her like she was their MLK, and she was just some poor girl who got victimized in the train. But they basically made her like the figurehead of like, this is what happens when you let black people run amok. You know, like, you know, she won't outright you know, buy into and jump onto that discourse, but she'll give a little tongue-in-cheek reference to it. That's the thing. Shoe0nHead is a lot smarter than she pretends to be for her public image. She absolutely has the intelligence to smugly and slyly message subtle references about certain right-wing topics to her far-right audience.
Functioning socialist or even social democratic society with the delusional social policies of Hasan Piker. You just can't. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on a tangent. It's just so funny he sees my politics as, like, incoherent, when to me, his politics are the ones that are incoherent. The video was barely political. My response to him was about his, like, nihilistic mindset when it comes to young men. Because for years, we had to watch the media shove this guy down our throat like he was the Joe Rogan of the left. Ooh, he was gonna save young men from the alt-right pipeline. By the way, this guy is never going to be the Joe Rogan of the left, because
True.
like Joe Rogan, at least Joe Rogan from years ago, I don't know about now, was all about listening to other people's beliefs and hearing other people's opinions. Hasan does not do that. Hasan closes his ears and goes, la la la, I can't hear you, you're stupid, I'm smart. For years, we had to listen to how this guy is gonna push young men away from the GOP. They are leaving the GOP, but they're not going to the Democrats, and I don't know if they're going to the left either. But anyway, my video was not political. In fact, the only part that, like, was political was the part where I agree with Hasan about the genocide in Gaza.
If you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience.
Very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean.
My point there was, you can't be telling young men to only care about things that directly affect them, and then make it your life mission to tell those same young men to care about things that don't directly affect them.
Do you want me to
You could argue
lose
the tax dollars.
chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument that Shoe0nHead makes? One that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016.
As if opinions from 2016 aren't still here today that are good.
Literally, technically, I mean, I'll put my stats on the screen. I am literally more relevant today than 2016. Like, more people are watching. So these aren't opinions from 2016. These are opinions from now, Hasan. People disagree with you now.
Yep, 2016 is
Look
back.
at me as an emo girl. 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to.
I like how you could see the political, like, counterculture cycle in her popularity.
The part where I agree with Hasan about the genocide in Gaza.
If you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually are a gamer.
And
Directly affect them.
do you want me to lose?
As if opinions from 2016 aren't still here today that are good.
Literally, technically, I mean, I'll put my stats on the screen. I am literally...
You can see the dip where she was like you can see the dip where clearly right-wing politics were not as popular. You got the 2020, 2021 era. That's like the bread tube era. You can see like 2016, she has a massive spike. Fall off going into like the bread tube left-wing era right here. You can see it. And then as we enter the Andrew Tate red pill era, we come along, and then the spike, the absolute peak spike, is right before Trump gets elected, with a slow fall off ever since Trump went into office. Because notice the same pattern is happening again, this downward trend where she is lumping herself in with the right. And at the end of the day, you know, she is kind of subtly playing defense for the political landscape that the right got into office, whether she likes it or not, whether she wants to even touch on it or not, outside of vague statements of how America is decaying or whatever. Yeah, it's just, I think there's some things to pull from that chart.
More relevant today.
Granted, her activity could just be wavering, but I think you can kind of see the pendulum swing happening on this like graph.
Than 2016. Like, more people are watching. So these aren't opinions from 2016. These are opinions from now, Hasan. People disagree with you now.
Look at me as an emo girl. 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
Wait, 4chan
Yeah,
guys
Hasan's
wanna
definitely
wait,
misogynistic.
I thought it was super cool and progressive to have like an army of men who simp for you online. That's not very woke of you, Hasan.
First of all, I like how he used the word fap.
That's so old, isn't it? It's like gooning now.
Yes,
Come
it's
on.
gooning.
Look
Come
at
on.
program.
Come on, get with the times. It should have been left in 2016,
Hasan's
Hasan.
40.
Come on. If this was said by anyone
him a
else, he
break.
would be
Hasan's
calling
old.
it
He's 40.
misogynistic and sexist, but it's being said by someone with the hive mind approved opinion, so it's okay. It's called dark woke, chud. We decided to become more hypocritical and annoying. You wouldn't get it. If I was getting paid for men to fap to me like many of his friends and ex-girlfriend porn star do for a living, that would be fine. He would support it. But since I don't do that and I'm just like a normal YouTuber, it's a way to insult and degrade me. It is interesting though how Hasan uses unfuckable as an insult to hurl towards men and
Gendered insults. He loves them.
fuckable as an insult to hurl towards women. I think it was Bell Hooks that once argued that patriarchy harms men by reducing their worth to status and conquest, while women are harmed by being reduced to only
I hate that she is using this so disingenuously. She's not a feminist. She's obviously anti-feminist. That's her old brand. But she is right here in pointing out a pretty blatant hypocrisy. Because what Hasan is doing is actually a like textbook example of how the patriarchy hurts men. Hasan's perpetuating it. This idea that and women simultaneously, that men's value is based on how many women they've conquested. It's it hurts men and women to think this way and to support this idea. But Hasan uses the idea that oh, you're a guy and you don't get laid all the time, you haven't conquested all these women or whatever, you're a loser. It's really hypocritical, it's blatant, and it's easy to call out.
their desirability and being conquered. You should not be getting feminism mogged by someone who does not call themselves a feminist, Hasan.
Yep.
Not a good look, buddy. And also, bro, you thirst trap more than I ever have in my entire life. You are on the cover of JQ.
GQ?
You are on the cover of GQ in a f***ing hot tub. I will put the picture up there as censored as I can, just to shield everyone's eyes.
Like a little rubber ducky on his pee-pee.
You are spread eagle in a magazine. Let me read this to you. Let me read what this journalist said. Are you ready for this? Here's how Hasan Piker starts each day, working out, shooting the shit. It's Monday, 8:30 a.m. and we're in the backyard of a house in West Hollywood, where there's a makeshift private gym with benches, pull-down machines, and dumbbells galore. This is where 34-year-old political influencer keeps his thirsted after body fit.
What? By the way, written by a male, too. And I'm just like, I would have thought it was, yes, I'm pretty sure.
He strips his shirt off. An army of girls and gays would kill to be where I am now, next to Piker as he pants in a pair of neon shorts with black Calvin Klein boxers poking out.
The socialist, by the way.
Sunlight glistening off the sweat beading on his chest hairs. So when it's women and gays thirsting after you, then it's a good thing. But God forbid straight men find you attractive. This is the dude that has to keep his girlfriend a secret, like some kind of K-pop star, so he can be e-boyfriend for his
Dude, the biggest streamers on Twitch are not human, bro. Valkyrie and Hasan are dating, and the only reason we know is because it got leaked, and yet they still pretend they're not dating because they both want to maintain an air of possible attainability and singleness for their respective audiences, and they don't want to upset anybody who has a crush on either of them. Pokimane does the same thing and hides that she's in a relationship, and whenever she shows up to a party or something with this same dude, she says it's her neighbor. Her neighbor just volunteers to help her carry heavy stuff when she goes to events and stuff. It's her neighbor. And then all the dudes there are like, oh, the neighbor, we've been hearing about you, man. Yeah, the neighbor. Dude, imagine not being able to even just be real. That shit is crazy. That shit is not dark woke. Well, yeah.
Parasocial female fans. I'm always talking about being married, when I'm in a relationship, I'm talking about being in a relationship, whatever. I'm the whore, not the one playing e-boyfriend.
You're covered up! You can make the argument with me. When people say oh, well, she's just a pair of anime tits on the screen. Okay, fair point. However, Shoe doesn't even have anything that she wears in her YouTube videos that are revealing. She's very moderate.
People, wait, hold on, sorry. My dad
her brand is modesty.
Dad, put me on the phone with him. Hey, we're busy. The left in a MAGA body, bro. That all.
What conservative men at least pretend to be attracted to? It depends on the issue. If it's a fictional character in a video game, they want full slutted up. If it's a real woman, they sexualize modesty, more so than overt like expression of sexuality. So that's, if Hasan was, you know, good at arguing, he would be able to just point out that, like, while Shoe0nHead doesn't necessarily wear revealing clothing or anything, that's not the point. Like, her brand of, I guess you could call it sexualizing herself, though I wouldn't necessarily think that's technically and literally not the case. But, like, what the people she's targeting find appealing is modesty in and of itself. So, yeah, she isn't really, like, goon baiting like you would imagine most online figures do. It's not really the reason why people watch. Also, she's a political propagandist. Like, people are watching her for what she has to say. Make no mistake.
Always stuck with me.
A progressive mind and a MAGA body. What do they even mean by that?
Being attractive and eating healthy and working out is right wing. What the f are we smoking?
For like a good 3 years, there was this really weird campaign to make Hasan Piker like the face of progressive masculinity in a bizarre attempt to move men to the left. A progressive in a MAGA body, they said, which, like, what the f did they mean by that? Hey guys, we're not all ugly dysgenic freaks. Look, there's one of us who's attractive. What? Mr. Piker's success on camera, in some part, has been aided by the fact that he is, by conventional standards, a very handsome man. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall and built like a professional athlete, with a square jaw, a beard, and a head of thick dark hair. It's the one aspect many of my haters can't shake, Mr. Piker said of his appearance in a Twitch broadcast last year. They can't turn around and be like, you're not hot. Indeed, tens of thousands of viewers may watch his videos for his political views, but many also tune in for their view of Mr. Piker himself, whose social media profiles are littered with suggestive images of his muscly body in states of undress, or thirst traps, as the pictures are known. Some of his fans scrape, screenshot, clip, and repackage them into fan cams that travel across the internet, glorifying Mr. Piker's appearance and indirectly his beliefs. That is yet again another mainstream article saying one of the only reasons people watch Hasan is because he's attractive, and that he uses his appearance and thirst traps to gain a following. So is he, like, projecting onto me? Is that what this is? Is he, like, insecure about his thirst traps and his reputation of being nothing but eye candy? And listen, I'm not delusional, okay? Obviously, your looks can help take you further in life, online and offline. Like, if I was morbidly obese or hideously ugly, I probably wouldn't have, like, half the following I have. You can easily say the same thing for Hasan. But at least I organically collected my simps, and didn't have some, like, astroturfed glaze fest propping me up for years as some kind of, like, political sex symbol.
She did.
Embarrassing.
She did work her way up, you know? Like, borderline reply girl back in the old days to like where she is now. She worked her way up, you know. I would argue she earned it. You know, she worked her ass off to get where she is now. We'll make this look prettier, don't worry, chat.
Guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
38. You mean 3 years older than us, Hasan?
Yeah. Oh my god, the people that are in my demographic.
And what's so funny is, like, his little fangirls were coming at me on Twitter like, you're nearly 40 and you dress like a Hot Topic cashier. Like, and Hasan and I are the exact same age. I think we're a month apart in age. And, like, look how he dresses. We are literally co-workers at the Hot Topic, okay?
People like Shoe0nHead are basically...
I hate that she's right for the most part. Well, Shoe's not dumb, and Hasan is a very easy target. He's low-hanging fruit, so obviously Shoe just, this is a layup for her. Yeah.
A humanoid version of a f***ing Reddit aggregator.
Reddit? Reddit hates me!
Literally 80% of his audience are f***ing Redditors. Are we f***ing for real right now?
Bro is loved on Reddit. Like, why didn't he say
Dude, I will say, like, people like to use Reddit because it's like, it's seen as the cringiest, most neckbeard social media platform on the internet. Every political side likes to use Reddit as an insult against the other side politically. But the fact is, I would say the breakdown of Reddit is probably mostly like left-ish leaning people, but there are massive conservative communities on Reddit. Like, it's not like it's not Tumblr, right? It's not Tumblr. So yeah, the insult of like, you're Reddit, whenever a conservative calls leftists Redditors or a leftist calls conservatives Redditors, it's like, man, I'm not gonna lie, the worst of the left and right, more so the left, I see on Reddit all the time. You know, it's like, I don't really think it's a particular political side thing. Reddit just sucks.
4chan or Twitter. He's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, he can't even banter.
Reddit users suck. Don't get me wrong. There are some good subreddits. r/squirrels is awesome.
Or do the jokes correctly.
Unironically, I think this entire rant, this clip, just sounds like if you were just to post the question, what do you think of Shoe0nHead on r/politics, and then read the comment section?
Yes.
It's just angry Reddit-coded malding. You wanna know the worst part? This is the best thing you could come up with. This is the best you could do.
Jesus Christ. What an unbearable f***ing way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe0nHead. If you're getting your politics from a person like Shoe0nHead, you should be embarrassed.
What do you mean, get your politics from Shoe0nHead? I don't expect my audience to get their politics from me. I expect them to be entertained, to laugh, to think, to engage with the discourse at hand. I don't try to, like, pass off as someone you should get your politics from. I don't think my audience should get their politics from me or any YouTuber for that matter. I think they should do their own research, come to their own conclusions. I just say my opinions, and people are free to agree or disagree. Hasan, on the other hand, like, really thinks he's some serious political commentator. Bro, you're a Twitch streamer. I'm a YouTuber. But that's the difference between you and I. I know what I am.
Oh my God, the things I want to say to people like this.
Then say it.
Say it, pussy. Did he change into a suit because I made fun of his Gucci shirt?
Like, you can literally see him
wears suits
scanning
now,
his
yeah.
chat of domestic terrorists, like Redditor for insults, right?
This is so lazy.
I find it more compelling when someone deconstructs why you're
Right.
being stupid. I swear, I think if he had an audience that thought it was okay, he would obviously bring up that you're a girl. Stupid woman! It's like he's fighting his bro, like, instincts.
He's reverting back
That's
to
true.
bro tips, Hasan Piker.
Yeah.
They know. Listen, neither of them are feminists, but they've got enough of like the womanly instinct to detect the weirdly, like, weird misogyny in the way that that Hasan insults people. You know, like they detect the oddly gendered insults that he's using and how it's not just being done for comedy or irony. He kind of means it. You know, like he kind of means it.
This week's bro tip is about bringing out the alpha male in you. This is a classic example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving
these
for
old
attention,
clips.
and then I tend to pick you up at a bar late night and bang you out on the first date.
All his insults I've already 8-miled him
Aw,
on. Because I've already
dude.
made
I hope Shu plays more of the old bro tips clips. If those actually get like broad attention, especially the clip of him talking about Miley Cyrus when she was like 14. Oh no. Oh no, that clip. If that goes viral, if that one breaks containment, it's over.
made fun of the fact that my eyeliner is from 2008. I'm in no position to talk about style. I still do my makeup like it's 2009. I already made fun of the fact that you shouldn't get your politics from me. If you were going to Shoe0nHead for political information, you are deep fried.
He never self-insults. Like, you can make jokes about yourself. Like, I've joked about a million times, like, oh, I'm a 400-pound man behind an avatar. Like, it's funny. Like, who gives a f? I feel like just takes himself way too seriously. The most popular streamers, every single one that I can name that are at the top with Twitch
Came
with
to the
Hasan,
wrong house,
every
fool.
single one of them at least like makes jokes about their appearance. Asmon talks about how he's bald and doesn't have any teeth. He leaves himself so exposed to being made fun of, and then he wonders why everybody makes fun of him. Like, just join in. It's part of being a human being.
Honestly, good luck, dude.
Thanks.
Wait, Crash, now you like to wipe the drool off his
People
mouth.
should.
He's like frothing.
Frothing at the mouth like a bulldog.
All right, so then we got
Like
one
Kaya
of these
after getting
Hasan
shocked.
orbiters. It's a former booby streamer. This is Casey Tron.
Oh my god, I cannot stand this girl. This Shoe0nHead girl, pick me woman.
Shoe0nHead and her dumb audience.
Her dumb audience of incels. Like, I don't know. It's like Shoe0nHead, if you like care so much about these incels, go one.
This is such a self-report for being a retarded whore. Like, I love the implication too that like Casey Tron thinks the only way you can truly care about men is if you have sex with them. Does this thought process just come free with not having a father figure? Do I have to have unresolved daddy issues to comprehend this?
Is that problematic for me to say?
No, it's just retarded.
Like, prove you care so much about these incels and their inability to get sex. Go one. Oh, wait, you won't? Because you're just grifting to them? Like, you don't even want to get with them either. But you'll condemn other women for not wanting to who you don't want to Okay.
When
Did I ever condemn women?
Like we're dealing with people that are not even like capable of a semblance of making a good argument against easy low-hanging fruit. Like Shoe0nHead is not a serious political figure. She wouldn't disagree with me saying that. I don't think she would be like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to be a serious political figure. And yet Hasan is inept at making an argument against her really easy to go against takes. Like Shoe0nHead does not think anything out all that much. You know, she's not really like engaging in any like hardcore research requiring topics. You know, she just kind of jumps in the bandwagon of whatever's being discussed. Like all you have to be able to do is engage with the current right-wing culture war issue. So the fact that Hasan and Casey Tron and his orbit have such a hard time handling some of the most like lightweight right-wing political engagement you could imagine, does not bode well. Does not bode well.
Men for not wanting to people. What is it? Hat on Foot again. Hat on Foot making YouTube videos from Earth 2 about how women owe men sex. What
She's
the
really
fuck
fantasizing.
Why is everything sex with these people too? Like everything is sex. You talk about the human desire to like create a family and have a legacy, and they're like, sorry you can't get laid, incel. Sorry you can't get pussy.
Says the chick that sits in her room all day and smokes weed until she's numb.
People. I know. Are you being serious? Dog, what are you?
If you look up the dangers of smoking marijuana in like a Kids Dare pamphlet, there's just a picture of Casey Tron's face.
You're happily married and have a child, but because some fat retard on Twitter thinks you're a grifter, you're gonna need to a bunch of random men to prove them wrong. What do you just have to do? Like a weekly raffle? Pull a random inside of how do you verify that one of your
Subscriber
people
number 20?
Yeah.
I stand by what I said. Shoe0nHead should be thanking me for giving her and her incel following. Said it again, award! Said it again,
Incel! It's like a parrot, man.
What? Incel!
You know Jafar from Disney?
Hasan is Jafar, and like...
Yeah.
Sitting on there, she's like, what? Incel! And he's like, good girl, yes, give her a cracker.
Yeah, here's your cracker.
So once again, people in his chat brought up my video. He has not responded to it. He has not made a single point. Called me emo, called me irrelevant, you know, but he didn't call me wrong. Notice that.
They never call you wrong.
They call you emo, but they'll never call you wrong.
Did you see what Shoe0nHead responded on Twitter? No. Also, what? Who cares?
Dude, that laugh is killing me.
Yes, who cares? Bro, the fake laugh. What is going on?
What are you guys talking about, man?
What are you guys talking about?
Bro, I'm literally over here talking about how I'm doing a rally with someone who's running in Philadelphia.
I'm out here doing the revolution, okay? Like, that's cute, Hasan. That's adorable.
He's not a politician, man. The majority of the people that know your name only ever heard of you because you electrocuted your dog live on stream.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
God.
Does he not understand
fucked.
that 95% of his fan base are terminally online Redditors? Like, they don't give a fuck about your rally, bro, in the background over here. They want you to call Shoe0nHead a Nazi to validate their hatred and their feelings.
Whatever the
That's true, they
Shoe0nHead
do.
said.
They do.
It's the laugh again! No, you're joking. Stop.
Hasan is pissed because, like, he's finally out doing something in the real world, and the only thing people care about, the only thing people are talking about in regards to him online right now is this. And you know what? To be, like, completely fair, which is something these people would never do for me, this was a better response than his first response. He's basically just like, I don't care, I'm busy doing, like, real things in the real world. Okay, fair enough, understandable, have a nice day. But then, then he says this.
Talk to me when we got the wiki feet ratings up for Shoe0nHead. Okay, what's her wiki feed looking like? What? Okay, what's her
What?
What? No, I'm with Shoe on this one. I'm sorry. I'm with Shoe on this one. Hasan, what the fuck, bro? Where did that one come from? Like, actually, though. Well, you see what I mean, right? Like, where you can just feel the misogyny seeping through the cracks of Hasan's, like, giga-woke male feminist facade. Like, he can't help but let it out a little bit, you know? He was a frat bro in college. Make no mistake. That's his roots. You know, those are his roots coming out. I wasn't listening. What did he say? He asked his chat to tell him when they've got the Shoe0nHead wiki feet rating for him. That's what he said. And the reaction from Shoe was as you would expect.
Have a nice day. But then, then he says this.
Talk to me when we got the wiki feet ratings up for Shoe0nHead. Okay, what's her wiki feed looking like? What? Okay, what's her
What? Did I listen to what that woman said? No, absolutely not. Let me know if I can see her feet, though.
What?
Honestly, it would be
crazy.
Giga Chat if it came from anyone funny or likable.
Like, if the chatter didn't even bring it up, why did you bring up WikiFeed?
I know. By the way, if you guys don't know, WikiFeed is a website where people upload pictures of, like, celebrities' feet. Let's look up Hasan's foot score.
Oh my.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The Uno reverse card on this one is crazy.
Like, no way. He's got his bare tootsies online.
Wait! I have a higher feet score than Hasan. Is this what this is about?
He's
Oh my god. Shoe is footmogging Hasan and he's insecure? Of all things, that's what he's insecure about. Oh god.
mad?
He's been footmogged.
By the way, never addressed anything you said. Never
No.
even attempted to refute a point you
No.
made. Just starts going on about, like, WikiFeed.
If I sold feet pics, if I sold pictures of my feet, would he use this as an insult? No, because he's Mr. Sex Positive, Mr. Sex Work is Real Work, Mr. Brothel Boy.
Yeah. I'm making a difference, unlike Shoe and her stupid video. Also, did you know she's stupid?
She's stupid. Don't go watch the video. Don't go watch it, guys. She's stupid.
Also, her feet are kind of nice looking.
The craziest part about all of this was after his crash out and like after everyone was making fun of him, he gets on Twitter and he's like, I've yet to watch any of her content. Excuse me? So what the f are you basing all of this on? How am I stupid? How do I change my politics? How am I just an emo girl that men fap to? Either A, he's lying and he has seen my content, or B, he's just blindly repeating things he's seen other people say about me. Either way, it's pathetic. He's stuck between like wanting to be above it all. Ugh, I don't even know who that is. I'm out here doing the revolution and wanting to tear me down. But he can't do both. So as it stands right now, what he's saying is that he has literally never heard me speak. He just looked at me and went, "Woman online must be a whore." Which honestly, not a bad guess.
People should be more embarrassed, okay? What happened to shame?
Oh, wait. I find it incredibly ironic that the guy who used chain lightning on his dog live on stream in front of thousands of people and then lied about it and gaslit everybody thinks that anyone else needs to be embarrassed about anything. Like, you've spent your entire career, the better part of a decade plus, being a political commentator, but the only thing that the majority of the internet knows.
I won't lie, like, I've had Hasan fans in my chat genuinely coping, saying not only did he not shock his dog, but that most people outside of his sphere do not associate him with the title dog shocker. Like they not only coped to themselves that he didn't do the dog shocking, but they coped to themselves that the people who think he did do the dog shocking, which he did do, are a minority, just a loud minority, which is really funny. Because, like, you'll encounter people on the street in real life who know the Hasan dog shocking meme. Not really much about Hasan, just the fact that he shocks his dog.
Was you for f***ing zapping your dog for stepping off its 4 square foot cot that you've designated for it. That's your f***ing legacy, Hasan.
Shock my dog, I can't stop.
Shock,
Like, obviously,
shock.
he watched the video and something in it really had him rattled. Like, was it the brothel thing? Was it the clock meme? Because if it was the clock meme, that was a joke, okay? We're the same age, Hasan. It is not too late. This is all not that serious. I just thought it was really funny and everybody was asking for a response video. So there's your response video. I also just want to make it clear that if he responds...
Very good. Very good. We got our Shoe0nHead slop. We got our Shoe0nHead Hasan drama slop done, okay? You know, I know you guys like it. I know you guys like the drama, okay? We can have a little bit of junk food every once in a while. We've earned it. We've earned our junk food. He definitely did, but a lot of my non-political left-wing friends think he didn't actually do it. IDK about the wider public opinion. Well, yeah, your left-wing friends will obviously jump onto the, like, defending Hasan thing, but outside of, like, the online left sphere, everyone associates him as being the dog shocker. Make no mistake. Like, you've got to already be a leftist to be willing to convince yourself that Hasan is not a dog shocker. Hey, Zan, I think I got banned in YouTube chat, and I'm not sure why. I was just talking about sea lions and how cute they are. Oh, yeah, we had a rogue mod do a mass ban of people in the chat. I need to go through and just, like, unban the people that they banned, you included. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of our old mods got mad at another moderator and demanded that I unmod them. And I was like, no, I'm not going to unmod this person because you don't like him anymore. And they were like, fine, I quit. And then proceeded to go on a meltdown, like, rampage spree. I don't even know what their beef's over, but I don't give a shit. Oh. When you run a Discord server, you just got to deal with sometimes your mods are going to be, like, unhinged. It just happens, bro. Shocker! Shocker! I will find you, and I will chase you to the ends of the earth. I feel like that's the kind of shit Hasan's gonna be screaming out towards Shoe0nHead, because I don't think there's ever been a figure who's ever so unanimously destroyed Hasan as Shoe. Like, I feel that is literally, like, I don't think Hasan's ever taken such an obvious public L. Like, he might end up having Shoe on his, like, shit list forever. Genuinely. Genuinely.